Alright traders, we're looking at S&P 500 M&A futures. Time frame is 2000 tick chart. And as I'm opening my chart, I can already see a great setup forming, a high probability setup, high-low confirmation of the two-legged pullback. I was a little bit late because I just sat down, did my analysis, and I can see setup moving higher, so hopefully we can get filled. I'm just going to give it a couple more tries, and we missed the setup. But what is the overall structure? Prices started with bearish downtrend. We had an overshoot, which can generate stronger momentum in opposite direction. You can see overshoot led to a break. There was attempt by the bears to create new extreme. Bullish correction was established, and prices offered us a nicely confirmed bullish channel, which means even though the bias was mainly bearish, I still need to wait for this channel to play out. There was a two-legged pullback, new high, first entry long, pullback, second entry long, first leg down, pullback, second leg down, and prices pushed above the EMA, which confirmed that right now you're gonna get the new high. And if I expect for prices to reach new high, I want to jump on the high probability setup. This was the high-low confirmation setup of this second entry long. Downtrend played out with the break new low. This channel needs to get new extreme, and the EMA was holding. Prices made it to the top of the trend range, and right now I'm expecting for high probability setup so I can sell, expecting prices to go back down to the initial support with the direction of a downtrend. You can see we have first major lag, correction, second major lag. The uptrend played out with the new high, a couple pushes to new high, and right now the resistance is holding. This is where all the sellers are selling, and I'm just looking for opportunity to sell back into the trend range. Prices created a break new extreme, and they never offered a failed second entry long. Alright traders, I'm resuming the videos. I'm going to take a lower high confirmation setup of the failed breakout. Let's see if we can get filled here. Come on. Just one more tick back. I'm just gonna chase it a little bit. Great bearish bar, lower high after failed breakout. I'm still gonna keep it just in case. I really feel we may have a decent momentum. Come on. You can see failed breakout above the trend range. Sellers are selling, and I'm gonna wait if we can get. Alright, so I'm going to move my stop loss one tick above the single bar. I'm gonna keep it a 10 tick target profit. I'm going with 6 contracts and leaving 1 contract as a runner. You have a failed breakout, strong push below EMA, and a great signal bar, lower high confirmation setup of the failed breakout. Great tier 1 signal bar. We just need a couple more ticks. Come on. I'm scalping for 10 ticks. I'm taking a little bit of a risk because the scalp was already made, but I really feel strong in the overall bearish bias as we're going to push lower. Nice lower high. I wish I just was filled. Normally you don't want to do it because once you see the scalp, you don't want to re-enter. But I'm betting strongly here on the overall context and the bias of the market. Come on. And we got filled. So I'm going to tighten it to break even. I'm going to right now leave my runner at these lows because anything we make right now is just a bonus. The main portion was the scalp. There's a great lower high confirmation of this failed breakout. Great tier 1 signal bar, and notice how close it is forming at the EMA. A lot of bulls must have gotten trapped here, focusing on larger uptrend like this inside the trend range. So once the price is approaching range highs, this is where you want to look to sell. You can sell here, but if you want to wait for sure confirmation, you can see push below EMA momentum and lower high bullish trap and great high probability setup. And we even have new high, first entry long, pullback, second entry long failure, which you can re-enter below this bearish bar as a failed second entry long, the ultimate bull trap. And you can see the difference. I was looking for short setup on the way down here. It never formed. And finally, I was a little bit patient, double top, failed breakout, another high probability setup. So this is what you're looking for. You're expecting for sellers to start selling here, buyers taking profits. You can see first bull trap and the second bull trap on the second entry long below the EMA. And prices right now going to break a new extreme. And our runner just got stopped. I trailed it a little bit because I want to take at least something, not just a break even. Alright traders, I'm resuming the video as I widen the channel because it fits the overall bearish bias. I was looking for a second entry short, which it formed again. Notice new low, first attempt to sell, pullback, second attempt to sell. And we have 3 high probability setups to start the day with in a row. Lower high confirmation of failed breakout, first entry long, second entry long failure, and now new low, first entry short, pullback, second entry short. but I wanted it closer to EMA and not so close to these lows. You can see it still worked. We now reach new extreme because why are we expanding the channel? Well, just like we talked about, once we reach the new high, our bias is bearish and we lean more towards prices heading down to the support. We traded down into the trend range. So this was the reason why I'm widening the channel, because it is with the overall bias. So second entry short, 3 high probability setups, but they form a little bit too low, more aggressive. Decent context, however. So our runner got stopped at this price level, which is a shame because we could have trailed it to all the way down to these lows. But I want to talk about quickly why I'm not interested in buying here or fading the breakout. It's okay to sell here and fade the breakout because you traded down and the main bias for the day started as bearish bias, bearish downtrend. Now you can see we haven't even closed above EMA once on our way down. So buying here would just be blindly picking bottom. There's so much empty room here. So for this reason, even though you're playing a trend range, you want to follow the overall sentiment in the market, which is bearish. And you can see there may be a potentially just another wider channel. For this reason, you only want to be buying if the trend range is healthy without a bias to trade it down. So chances are high you may break eventually lower. So I may just draw this channel just to be sure. But we just reached new low even for this downtrend. So I definitely have to post my short setups for a bit now. This right here is the second leg of this first leg. First leg down, sideways correction, second leg down. For this reason, I'm not too excited to look to sell just yet. We may test the breakout area, and this is happening as I'm talking because this was the bottom of the trend range. This is where all the liquidity will reside. We broke it, came back, most breakouts will fail, tested it, and now important information is going to be provided to us. If this breakout area is going to hold and we're going to push below EMA, I may consider looking for new extreme again. If we're going to break above, I might have to adapt to a stronger uptrend and we may pull back into trend range. Remember, when you're drawing a channel for the second leg of the first leg, it may not get a retest and you want to be generally not too excited about selling. I still drew it because I don't want to go long prematurely. You can see how nice it fits, but it's looking like I have to widen my uptrend right now because we are slicing through the break area like it's not even there. Okay, I'm resuming the video because interesting pattern has formed. We had a break at a new high, but notice this is a typical occurrence that you may hear me say on this channel a lot. This strong bullish spike, notice how it looks visually like a one steep leg, had a small break new high, but prior to reaching a break in new high, we never touched the EMA once. And this, a lot of times, leads me to believe that we may have additional bullish momentum, just like we had it in our last video. I believe we had an uptrend with a tiny break new high, but we never touched EMA once prior to reaching new high. So once you see another confirmation of the EMA, I was looking for a high low here. Technically, it would have been second entry long, high low, but there was no way for me to get in because it was doji far from EMA and we already pushed quite far high. So unfortunately, high low would have been great here, technically second entry long, because you still expect another push up, but just didn't form that great. All right, traders, I'm resuming the video as I was looking for high-low confirmation setup of the second entry long because we had a new extreme and we had a two-legged pullback, which at this point I was looking for a larger uptrend, but notice at first I drew it like this and we kind of broke outside. So I wasn't sure if we're gonna take off here because the second entry long is also inside bar. If the uptrend was easier to spot, then yes. But then you can see, if I'm not sure, I'm always waiting for a high probability confirmation setup, which in this case, it will be high-low. And notice first entry long, second entry long, market likes to move in pairs of twos. So it's a two-legged pullback, two key entry points, and high-low confirmed it. We almost had a great signal bar, but at the last second, there was just momentum down and we didn't manage to push prices higher. If you're at more key entry points, like I already said, you can take more aggressive setups. The more key entry points you have, the more aggressive signal bar. But this signal bar is really, really ugly. Shame. And you can see price action working perfectly today. Two-legged pullback and a high-low confirmation. Just didn't form that great. But this confirmed the wider channel because we came after failed breakout. Strong push back above the trend range. EMA held prices. And you can already start to gather information that the bullish momentum is much stronger because it has very minimal bearish pullbacks in it. And once you bounce here, another decent two-legged pullback. So I really wanted a great higher low. I was a little bit patient here. I'm letting couple of decent setups pass by, but that's sometimes how it goes. We have an overshoot, which can generate strong momentum in opposite direction. It can break the channel, and this is exactly what is happening. However, this channel was quite strong. We came from the very bottom, fell a breakout, deep fell a breakout, consistent gradual confirmations of the EMA. I'm not really excited about selling just yet. There may be additional push to new high. What I want to see, small break new low and then looking for new high. We are still expecting for bulls to retest the extreme. You don't really want to be looking to sell because this was the main prevalent pattern. Then chances are high we're going to reach new high. I was looking for failed second entry short above EMA for new high, but we're pushing too far up and we have yet to make a high low just. After creating break new extreme, we had another failed breakout, which according to trading range rules, most breakouts will fail. The reason why prices didn't start a strong bearish downtrend is because this bullish channel needed to get a retest of the new extreme. Perfect price action after new extreme has been established. Only then bulls will take profits, sellers will start selling. Failed breakout will push back into trend range. We had a lower high confirmation set up with the failed breakout, but it was doji bar, not fully close to EMA, but you can see price action still works, and this is what you're looking for. Break new high, failed breakout, confirmation setup. It just didn't form that great. One of those days where we have to be taking more aggressive signal bars, it seems like. We are on our way down. I'm going to be thinking about possible second entry short. Right, traders, I'm going to wrap it up with my one single trade. The prices are stalling a lot now, so I'm not as focused as I was at the very beginning of the session. You can see there really wasn't much happening. There was a decent failed second entry long here, breakout pullback of this congestion, but I wasn't ready. And other than that, you just have to sit here for an hour and a half without really any setup. So I'm just going to be satisfied with my one single trade, the lower high. Price action was super predictable today. I'm going to talk to you next time. If we're going to pay attention to the downtrend on the left, we can see it was quite consistent, gradual, and for the most part below EMA. There was small push above and another push down. For this reason, I'm not really expecting bullish reversal because this was such a consistent gradual downtrend. And notice market likes to move in pairs of twos, and especially in trend ranges, once we see a two-legged pullback, we can expect market to pivot. First leg, break second leg, larger two-legged pullback played out. Now we expect depletion of the bullish momentum and we expect bearish downtrend to start if we're going to push below EMA. For this reason, we have a new high, first entry long, pullback, second entry long, and we can see the failed second entry long form above EMA. We can't really go short just yet. It's getting quite congested. And if I'm going to reset the count again at the failed second entry long, I have a micro first entry long, second entry long failure, and also new low, first entry short, second entry short, which already alone is very tempting setup. But it is still part of this congested area. But you can already see hints that the EMA keeps projecting prices, and even after new low of this downtrend, which would first you have break new low, you can see second entry short working, and only after that you can see breakout. Most breakouts of trend ranges will fail. The congestion is small trend range. Pullback, you tested the breakout area, and a great lower high breakout pullback confirmation setup of the second entry short and the failed second entry long. And this is where you have another push down, and the target is most likely below the day. And notice eventually I expanded the trend range. Once you get more price action and you get more and more failed breakouts, you should have generally only a few failed breakouts. You're going to widen the trend range. It's completely normal. With more price action, you get more confirmation, and you're able to extract more information from the market. What is the overall market structure? Then we have massive push down, and we have first entry short, second entry short. But notice what happened. We are not pattern traders. We cannot take second entry short this close to the lows after such a bounce off the low today. Notice you're bouncing at the important support. So you have to be careful selling this close to the support and after you have pushed too far down. So for this reason, there is no more bearish momentum left. Even though you have a break new high, you cannot just take a short. Then you would still expect new low for the downtrend eventually. And this is where the bulls stepped in. Another high low was formed and another high low. So notice bears are failing to reach the new low, and you keep creating high lows every single time. And by the time you're here, you're getting the information that the market is reversing. You have a counter reset, you have a first entry long, pullback, second entry long, or you can even treat it as a new high, first entry long, second entry long, and a high low confirmation of the second entry long. Technically, there's a micro double top which resets the count, so only second entry long. But after price is pushed above EMA again, you can see confirmation of the bullish momentum, and you have a nice tier 1 signal bar right at the EMA, second entry long. And you can see the larger channel continue working throughout the rest of the session, followed by a break and bulls are expecting for prices to retest new extreme. However, the market is closing and there is not enough momentum. I hope you had a great trading day, and I'm going to talk to you next time. Take care, everybody.